from where.
Joining us on this Saturday, it's October 1st. I'm Katrina Smith. Seeing a blanket of cloud, at least for now, covering the region. Meteorologist Eric Gage is in the Weather Center. I believe he can shed some light on why we're seeing this cloud cover, at least for right now. Right, Eric?
Yes, and first off, happy birthday. October 1st is a great day.
Jimmy Carter's birthday is today, too.
All right, but my birthday is not for another month and a half, so at least more fall birthday.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the cloud cover. Yes, this is all due to what's left of Hurricane Ian. It's raining south of our area. In fact, it created an absolutely gorgeous sunset last night. Take a look at these pictures sent in from to us. This one sent in by Bob Joy. This beautiful orange and purples. This one sent in by Chase and Kirkland. It's absolutely beautiful sunset. And the clouds will continue to remain today. Looking at temperatures on the cooler side, starting out this morning in the 40s, warming up into the low 60s for the max for today. And taking a look at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, still seeing mostly dry conditions. However, we zoom out a little bit, we can see what is left of Hurricane Ian, mostly disorganized and weak, but still a few showers moving through Pennsylvania so far for today. And still a stray shower or two could move its way north, but still expect mostly dry conditions for today as well as tomorrow. So weather headlines, once again, mostly cloudy for today. Low chance for a shower tonight. And we're tracking a nice stretch of dry fall weather in the forecast for the next several days. For today, high 64 degrees, pleasant conditions, some upper level clouds in the forecast for today. I have your full weekend forecast coming up. Back over to you.
Thank you so much, Eric. Hurricane Ian left behind a path of destruction in parts of Florida and Fort Myers. The U.S. Coast Guard Maritime Safety and Security Team is assessing the damage and potential pollution left over by the storm. The city's marina was devastated. Boats were thrown out with cement slabs ripped from the water and dropped onto land, some even piling up in the aftermath of the storm. Ian made landfall in Florida as a Category 4 hurricane Thursday. Dozens of deaths have been blamed on the storm. Crews have been conducting search and rescue operations in that area. And now to South Carolina. Cyclone Ian battered South Carolina on Friday, causing widespread flooding. Ian swamped the South Carolina coast with its storm surge and pushed inland with heavy rainfall, howling winds, and the threat of flash floods. On Pawleys Island, the floodwaters topped 7 feet, submerging cars, filling ground floors of homes. Thousands of homes and businesses in the state are left without power, and several buildings also along the waterfront were damaged. President Biden has approved a North Carolina emergency declaration due to emergency conditions resulting from Ian. The action authorizes the Department of Homeland Security and FEMA to coordinate all disaster relief efforts. The storm made its way into North Carolina Friday evening, bringing lots of rain, heavy winds across the region. Even though the storm was no longer a hurricane by that time, it made quite the impact and still packed a powerful punch. Ian heads to Virginia next after taking aim at Florida and the Carolinas. NBC's Chris Pallone reports from Fort Myers.
Ian made its second U.S. landfall in South Carolina, bringing rough surf and hurricane-force winds to the state's beaches and flooding to downtown Charleston. After seeing what happened in Florida, local officials had warned people to stay home.
And for the most part, folks did that.
Yeah, this area got it.
In Florida, the scope of Ian's destruction is becoming more clear.
It's like a war zone right now.
Yep.
The whole island.
Friday, people left hard-hit Fort Myers Beach with everything they owned in suitcases. Search and rescue teams continued plucking stranded people from their homes and even from boats and taking them to safety. A view from above showed homes on Sanibel Island now cut off from the mainland, shredded. Howard Simon and his wife Beth retired there 3 years ago.
We don't know when we can ever get back there to see how much damage. We have put everything we have, love and care and whatever small treasure we have, into this home.
In Orlando, people are salvaging what they can from homes flooded by Ian's torrent of rain, if they can get to them.
It was like the entire world just came crashing down on us.
President Biden says help from the federal government is on the way.
I'm committed, and the country's committed, to do whatever it takes, as long as it takes. We're going to be there.
The first steps of recovery, which could take months or even years. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Fort Myers, Florida.
Florida now has more than 24 Red Cross volunteers from here in New York providing relief. There are 100 shelters set up to help those displaced by the hurricane. If you want to help the Red Cross from here, there are two ways. You can make an appointment to give blood, or you can make a donation, a $10 donation, by texting the word Ian to 90999. Here at home, a health scare at a local middle school. Students ingested
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. The 1st of October is here and we are tracking mostly dry conditions not only for today and tomorrow, but for the start of the work week next week. Start out taking a live look at our Cavity Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica, seeing mostly dry conditions as well. Overcast skies, but the clouds are mainly on the upper levels, so still see some sunlight for today. And taking a live look at your Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar, a few lingering showers south of our area, but still, this is all due to what's left of Hurricane Ian, now a post-tropical cyclone. Still a stray shower or two could move its way further to the north today, but otherwise expect mostly dry conditions, not only for today, but as well as the next several days. Around the clock, temperature-wise, starting out in the 40s, a chilly start this morning, warming up into the 50s by the afternoon and remaining in the low 60s for highs as we head into the evening, and still expect mostly cloudy conditions as we head throughout the day today. This once again is all due to what's left of Hurricane Ian. As we head towards next several days, you can see some upper level clouds due to this system as it moves out towards the east. A dome of high pressure builds in from the west, and we're tracking once again mostly dry conditions. Plenty of sunshine is in the forecast as we start the work week next week, but still mostly dry conditions as we look ahead towards the next several days. So on our Skycast for today, cooling down, warming up into the upper 50s to low 60s. Once again, a stray shower or two cannot be ruled out, but that mostly remains south of our area for today. The story is for tonight, cooling down into the 40s, possibly even the upper 30s in North Country as we head into tonight, with mostly cloudy conditions are in the forecast. As we head through the day tomorrow, decreasing clouds throughout the day, and then a chilly night is in store for us Monday morning. See temperatures cooling down into the low 30s, 30 degrees inlet, 29 degrees in Boonville. The next several days starting out next week, look to see a higher chance of some frost, even some freezing temperatures in the forecast. And looking ahead towards a Monday, expect partly cloudy skies. Peaks of sunshine as well, temperatures warming up into the mid to upper 50s and cooling down once again heading into Tuesday morning. On the chilly side, temperatures cooling down into the 30s as well. So for today, high 64 degrees, pleasant conditions. Tonight, cooling down into the 40s, mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, pleasant conditions as well, decreasing clouds, high 60 degrees. In our 7-day forecast, looking ahead, dry weather is in the forecast for the next several days. Mostly cloudy skies today. Sunshine in the forecast for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Seasonable temperatures as well. Highs reaching the low to mid 60s. Chilly nights as well, cooling down into the mid 30s as we head into Sunday night, Monday night, as well as Tuesday night, warming up in the upper 60s by Thursday. And our trivia question: since 1851, when records first began, Ian is ranked what on the list of strongest hurricanes to hit the U.S.?
I can't decide if it's 9 or 5. I'm going to go with 7.
7. You're going with 5. And there have been 5 that are more intense than that. Actually, even Hurricane Katrina was not as strong when it hit landfall. It just was a lot of rainfall.
So Hurricane Katrina comes after Ian.
Hurricane Katrina, yeah, it's even behind that. So that the top 5: Labor Day hurricane in 1935, Hurricane Camille in 1969, Hurricane Andrew in 1992, and then Hurricane Michael in 2018. So it's actually tied for 5th with a bunch of other hurricanes as well.
No kidding.
But, yeah,
we're not going to name all those.
Yeah, 150-mile-an-hour winds, pretty intense.
It was, and the devastation there is still, it's tough to look at.
Catastrophic.
Thank you so much, Eric. All right, moving right along here at home. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for another half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend today. I'm Katrina Smith. Get you right over to that weather center. Very cloudy out this morning. Meteorologist Eric Gage can tell us why that is. Eric.
Yes, we are tracking what's left of Hurricane Ian south of us. We're keeping an eye on the current conditions. It's currently weakened to a tropical depression right now, but still, this is due because of this. We are seeing mostly cloudy skies for today and expect mostly dry conditions as well. I'll start out by taking a look at a radar and satellite composite. You can see just what's left of it. It's very disorganized now, so producing some stronger rainfall out towards the east coast, out towards the tip of Long Island and near the Boston area. We're still expecting mostly dry conditions still still some clouds for today. In fact, taking a look at our tropical tracker, it is still just a tropical depression moving at 30 miles an hour. Still seeing mostly dry conditions are in the forecast for today. In fact, a live look at Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar in our area right now, where we're looking at quiet conditions as we head throughout the day today. Dry conditions, temperatures warming up into the 60s. Tonight, cooling down into the 40s, and then cooler nights are in the forecast ahead. Those details are coming up. Back over to you.
Thank you so much, Eric. Well, it may...
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Happy Saturday. We are tracking mostly dry conditions for today as well as tomorrow. Still cannot rule out a stray shower or two from what's left of Hurricane Ian, but we'll keep an eye on that throughout the day today. In fact, taking a live look at our Caveat Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica, we're seeing mostly dry conditions and still expect that for today, tomorrow, and even for most of next week. We have a dry stretch of weather in the forecast for the near future. And taking a live look at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, still seeing mostly dry conditions. These stray showers outside of our area just south of the southern valleys. This could creep further north today, but still once again expect mostly dry conditions. What is left of Hurricane Ian, now a post-tropical cyclone. Our weekend forecast for this weekend, temperatures on the mild side, warming up into the mid to low 60s. Mostly cloudy skies for today and partly sunny skies for tomorrow. Still pleasant conditions to spend time outside. We're not expecting any complete washouts in terms of rainfall for the next several days. So still beautiful weekend to go out and enjoy what is starting to be a beautiful fall. Skywatchers this morning checking in the 40s, chilly start, 47 degrees in Clinton, New Hartford, and Mohawk, 42 degrees in Gray, and 43 degrees checking in Westdale. A cool start to the morning, 44 in Edmiston. Radar and satellite composite shows once again what is left of Hurricane Ian, now post-tropical cyclone Ian. It's very weakened significantly, but still producing just a little bit of gusty winds and some heavier rainfall south of our area. And this cloud cover we're seeing today is due to what is left of Hurricane Ian. Now, as we head into the next several days, a high-pressure dome from the west will build its way out towards the east, and we'll be tracking mostly dry conditions and plenty of sunshine in the forecast as we head towards the work week next week. So our skycast for today, warming up into the low 60s to upper 50s, mostly cloudy skies. A stray shower or two cannot be ruled out, but still tracking mostly dry conditions. Tonight, cooling down into the upper 40s to low 50s with mostly cloudy skies. The clouds begin to weaken and diminish throughout the day tomorrow. Still tracking temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s, and the nights start to get a little bit more chilly as it head to Sunday night and into the rest of the start of next week. Seeing temperatures heading into Monday morning, cooling down into the low 30s to upper 20s. As you can see, 29 degrees in Boonville, 30 degrees in Edmiston. Still a chilly stretch of weather in the forecast in terms of lows for the next several days. Heading into Monday, warming up a little bit into the mid 50s. So for today, high of 64 degrees, pleasant conditions, still mostly cloudy skies, but will not diminish a beautiful fall day in store for us today. Tonight, cooling down to the 40s, mostly cloudy skies, and tomorrow, a high of 60 degrees with decreasing clouds, and sunshine returns for the next several days. Our 7-day forecast, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're tracking seasonable temperatures in the low to mid 60s and mostly sunny skies. The rain chances do return as we head throughout next weekend. Temperatures cooling down a bit into the mid 40s. In our weather trivia question, the coldest October 1st on record started out how chilly? And this is, keep in mind, this is recorded at the Griffith Park in Rome. So this is a Rome measurement. Okay, yeah, because I immediately was like, where? Antarctica? Yeah. B, 25, we'll say. 25, ding, 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 ding. 1947 was the time we got, a little on the chilly side, 25 degrees for the chilly start. So that is cold for October 1st, you know? And it snows in October sometimes, I hate to remind people. The four-letter word for snow, it's coming. I'm thinking maybe sometime. Way too early. Maybe sometime this month we might see a flurry or two. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. Thank you so much, Eric. Well, at least 6 people were hurt when a giant wave swept people off of a sidewalk near South Beach on Friday. Take a look at this. The incident happened just before 11 o'clock in the morning there on a sidewalk that leads to the South Point Park here in Miami Beach. Video captured the moment when the surge of water hit near several people who were hanging near the sidewalk. They were knocked down by the powerful wave and swept down into the water. Pretty scary situation there. We're back after this. Oh, no,
Following hurricane. Now time for a first look at your forecast at 6. No hurricanes out there yet. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage. Eric?
Yes, we are tracking what is currently left of Hurricane Ian, which is now weakened into a post-tropical depression and still has been weakening ever so since in the past several hours. Take a live look at your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, top of the radar. Luckily, we have been spared most of the rainfall for today. It has stayed south of us for the most part. This is all due to a very strong high pressure system out towards Michigan that has been pushing in some cooler, drier Canadian air. And as you can see, a line right here just blocking most of that rainfall from reaching the central New York region. Now this low pressure will continue to move out towards the east, and we're tracking not only dry weather for the rest of this weekend, but dry weather for the start of next week. In fact, taking a look at our fall foliage report, we're looking at almost midpoint colors for the North Country and Southern Valleys. Mohawk Valley still lagging behind a little bit, still on the warmer side. The leaves change a little bit later depending on how warm the temperatures are. Now, weather headlines, mostly cloudy tonight. I'm tracking a nice day for tomorrow, and a dry stretch of weather does continue into the start of next week. But for this evening, cooling down into the 60s with a little bit of chance of a beautiful sunset. Have your full weekend forecast coming up. Back over to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. We have a traffic
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good evening and welcome back. Wrapping up the first day of October and a beautiful day of that. A few clouds to work through today, but some areas did see plenty of sunshine, low humidity, and temperatures very comfortable in the mid-60s. Start out by taking a live look at our Cavity Tower camera. Overlooking the city of Utica, looking at mostly dry conditions for the day today. There were some rain showers south of our area, maybe a few sprinkles moved in, but otherwise mostly dry conditions. Trying to see a beautiful sunset, however, we are still tracking a few clouds lingering up in the atmosphere that could limit seeing a very nice sunset, but still pleasant conditions for tonight. Mostly cloudy skies as we head throughout the overnight hours. Live look at our radar, things looking quiet across the region for current conditions right now and local temperatures. 59 degrees in Boonville, 60 degrees in Forestport, 63 in Barneveld, 62 degrees in New Hartford, as well as West Leiden in the Southern Valleys. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s, 60 degrees in Cooperstown, Hartwick, 61 in Cassville, 66 degrees in Whitesboro, 58 in Milford. We're keeping an eye on the possibility of freeze potential as we head into the next several days. Heading into early Monday morning, there is a chance of some frost, even some freezing conditions, especially north and south of the Mohawk Valley for Monday, as well as Tuesday morning, with low temperatures reaching the 30s to even maybe upper 20s to some parts of our area, especially in higher elevations. Just keep that in mind if you have any outdoor plants or any outdoor vegetation. Radar and satellite composite shows what is currently left of Hurricane Ian getting squashed by a dome of high pressure that is basically causing our weather for today to remain mostly dry. And not only that, but dry weather does persist for the next several days, including the start of next week. And taking a look at our skycast for tonight, cooling down into the low 50s and upper 40s for the overnight hours. Mostly cloudy skies gradually diminish. They're tracking mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies by the afternoon for tomorrow. Highs reaching the upper 50s to low 60s. We start to cool out heading into Monday morning, depending on cloud cover. It could be cooling down even to the freezing point, especially north and south of the Mohawk Valley, even a little bit below freezing especially in higher elevations in the North Country. For Monday, temperatures warming up into the mid to upper 50s, even possibly reaching the 60-degree mark with partly cloudy skies, dry conditions, and this weather does persist as we look ahead towards the rest of this week. So for this evening, temperatures cooling down into the 60s and 50s, pleasant conditions. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 44 degrees, and tomorrow, a little nicer temperatures rising up into the 60s with decreasing clouds, and our 7-day forecast. Dry weather persists for the next several days. Looking ahead at temperatures warming up into the mid-60s, 70 degrees for the high on Thursday. Then we cool down for next weekend, highs only reaching the upper 40s.
Ian's destructive path through Florida and other states up the eastern coast. Recovery efforts are underway while concerns grow of river flooding. Ivan Rodriguez has the latest. Now for a first look at your forecast at 11. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage. Eric, those remnants of Ian going to affect us at all?
Well, we're currently tracking what we're expecting for the next several days in terms of the remnants of Hurricane Ian. Taking a live look at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar, mostly dry in our area right now. We're still keeping our eyes to the south. There's still just some mild rotation with the post-tropical cyclone Ian. At this point, a dome of high pressure over Michigan is expected to move its way out towards the east over the next several days, increasing our chances for dry weather, but still the showers remain south of our area, and still we cannot rule out a stray shower moving its way into the southern valleys at some point overnight, but still looking at mostly dry conditions. Current temperature right now, 54 degrees, dew points in the 40s, so looking ahead towards a crisp fall night ahead of us. Mostly cloudy tonight, a nice day tomorrow with decreasing clouds. And not only that, but the dry stretch of weather does continue into the start of next week. Before tonight, cooling down into the 40s and mostly cloudy skies. Chilly temperatures on the horizon as well overnight hours heading into the start of next week. The full details are coming up. Back over to you, Ben.
Thank you very much, Eric. We have a trap.
Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good evening and welcome back. Wrapping up the first day of October and the first weekend of October. Beautiful conditions are in store for us tomorrow with plenty of sunshine by the evening and plenty of sunshine to start out the first weekdays of October. Starting up, taking a live look at our Cavity Tower camera. Overlooking the city of Utica, mostly dry conditions across the central New York area for this evening, and taking a live look at a Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar, similar story. We're tracking once again dry conditions all the way from Old Forge down to Oneonta. And so will be the story, at least we end it tonight, maybe a stray shower or two south of the Mohawk Valley. This is all due to what is currently left of Hurricane Ian to the south. The story over the next several days, there is a freeze risk as we head into Sunday night as well as Monday night. There's a chance of temperatures cooling down into the low 30s, especially in higher elevations. Once again, not only for tomorrow night, but as well as Tuesday morning. So just plan accordingly depending on what to expect for temperatures. After that, we do warm up into the 40s and upper 30s for the rest of the week for lows. So not expecting any frost possibility, at least for this time. Around the clock tomorrow, warming up into the 50s and 60s after a chilly start in the morning, lows in the 40s. Cloudy skies make way for plenty of sunshine by the evening. We're keeping an eye on everything, but we could be seeing a very nice sunset like we saw on Friday as we head into Sunday night. This all depends on the positioning of the cloud cover. This is all due to a high pressure system out towards the west, pushing out what is currently left of Hurricane Ian. If we get some high clouds out towards the east and the sun sets out towards the west, we could be seeing a very nice sunset as these clouds are very high up in the atmosphere, allowing for the sunshine to create very beautiful purples and oranges underneath the clouds. This high pressure, along with a possible beautiful sunset tomorrow, could bring mostly dry conditions throughout the next several days. Starting out tomorrow morning, warming up into the 40s and 50s by the morning and eventually the 60s by the afternoon. Some clouds are going to try to hang in there, but we're looking at mostly dry conditions and plenty of sunshine as we head into the evening. Once again, possibly a nice sunset. Chilly start for the morning on Monday, highs reaching the 50s by the afternoon with partly cloudy to partly sunny skies. Another chilly night is in store for us heading into early Tuesday morning with lows reaching the 30s. So for tonight, a low of 44 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, high of 60 with decreasing clouds, a generally pleasant fall day tomorrow. In our 7-day forecast, looking at mostly dry conditions for the next 7 days. We're keeping an eye on Friday, a chance of a shower or two from a system moving in from the west.